But there's another box we have to tick. We have to assume that they got it, man. Okay, so it is true,
Yeah.
man.
Okay.
We just did the
No
thing.
one talks about this.
We just did not everybody ain't got it, man.
Yeah.
Everybody ain't got it. Not everybody's meant to be like a star.
Yeah. All right, so I'm really excited to sit down with Brandon Carter right now. There's a good chance that you've seen this handsome guy around on YouTube, on the social media platforms. He's making waves, doing some very good stuff. Brandon, thanks so much for taking the time out for this. I appreciate it, buddy. Now, when it comes to what you're excited about these days, when it comes to mindset, when it comes to why you think people are actually struggling to get the results that they want, whether it's not getting the body that they want, the relationships they want, the business that they want, all that kind of stuff, what do you think is stopping them at the end of the day?
Well, you know, it's never one thing, right? It's usually an accumulation of things. But what happens is, man, people get excited. You know, they set a goal, they get excited, and then they start going for it, and then they don't get results as fast as they want, maybe.
Yeah.
And then they get frustrated.
Yeah.
And they start. What happens? They start like skipping workouts, skipping meals. You know, and then you know, because the excitement kind of waned.
Yeah.
Kind of like a marriage.
Yeah.
But if they kept going, they get their goal. Like it's like when you see a seed, you're planting a seed in the ground.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. When it comes up,
I do some gardening from time to time.
So you're a gardener. You're a gardener. I don't have to tell you about landscape. So like when the seed starts to come out the ground, you know, like let's say the seed was like you and me. Thankfully, the seed doesn't have a central nervous system. But if it did, it would look around and see all these other trees and be like, God damn.
Yeah.
I ain't never gonna be a tree, man. I've been spent all this time getting out of this dirt, and now I'm just a little fucking sapling, and this sucks, you know. And if it was like you and me, it would give up. Yeah. But instead, because thankfully the tree doesn't have a central nervous system, so all it does is just does what it's supposed to do every day, consistently over time, and then eventually it makes progress. But the rest of us, we quit or we stop, you know. And I think. And then you have to start again.
Yeah.
Starting is the hardest part. It's like when a rocket ship goes into space, you know, it has to, all that fuel, these 2 big fuel tanks.
Yeah.
And then once it gets out the atmosphere, it drops those fuel tanks and then it coasts. That's because starting is the hardest part. But because you motherfuckers keep quitting, you have to keep doing the hardest part over and over again, and that becomes frustrating.
Now, as a coach, as somebody that helps mainly guys get in shape, shape the bodies that they want, how do you actually help them get it between their ears that they need to go through that tough time and things will get better and easier?
I think, especially young men, the younger they are, the more this is true. Like you have to be kind of harsh with them, man. Yeah. I think they respond well to that.
Yeah.
I think they respond like, and not harsh, but like, you have to challenge them.
Yep.
You know, you have to challenge them, and I don't think it's. I think you have to take a different perspective when dealing with young women or women in general. Yep. But I don't know, whatever, because that's not my market. But young men, they want to be challenged. They really do. They want to be challenged. They want to rise to that. You know, it's if you can ignite that challenge, that bring out that warrior in them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I think they respond well in my experience.
How do you do that? Because like they'll see videos of you doing handstands. Do you know what I mean? You've got a rig on you, strong as hell. How are you proposing that challenge to them?
You know, it's just kind of almost like the way you talk to them, man. Kind of think about like when you played a sport, you know, like when did you play rugby? See, I already knew that. You think like a rugby coach, right? If I was talking to an American, I'd have said football, but like for you, it was rugby. And like, you know, just think about how, like your favorite coach, how did your coach speak to him? You know, like speak
stern,
to you.
Upfront, honest.
Stern, but like you respected him. He wasn't like a jerk, right? Yeah. Like he was like, hey, this is what you need to do. And I'm just telling you, man, young men respond very well to that, you know. And I think they're missing. A lot of that is missing, you know. Like, how old are you?
31 now.
31, all right. Yeah, I'm 35, man. So, you know, like our generation, we were the first generation that I know of where the kids, I don't know if they were challenged as much. Everyone got trophies just for showing up.
It's a big thing these days. Like it's really coming up, and like I've got
man.
2 little girls now, but still, I want them to become strong, independent women.
Yeah.
How do you help men become them themselves? Because ultimately, that's what you're doing. I think they come to you, and correct me if I'm wrong, but they're coming to you to wanting to get a better physique, so then they can have something else. But you're really helping them with other things as well.
Yeah. So sometimes you have to lead them in. It's
Sell them the sexy stuff first.
Yeah, you gotta sell the sizzle, man. And then you can give them what they need.
Yep.
But you gotta. I mean, it's marketing, man. You gotta bring them in with the right.
I know. I think this is really good. Like you bringing this to the forefront and people understanding this as well. Because especially other trainers and coaches that might be watching, they don't understand that they do have to sell that sizzle. You got to kind of like sell them on what they want, but give them on what they need.
Bro, nobody's gonna buy your fucking knowledge, right? They're gonna buy the result that you can get them, but they're gonna buy the result that they want, right? And you have. And it's just basic marketing and basic salesmanship. You have to structure your offer in a way that it's appealing to your target customer, right?
Yeah.
And
I really appreciate you being honest about this, because I feel like there are so many people, especially in the health and fitness world, that it's just all smoke and mirrors. And I think what you're doing is really actually open and honest and upfront, and being able you do have to do this to be able to do what you really want and give them what they really need.
Yeah, I mean, like, you man.
Because you post some funny videos.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
No, seriously, you post some funny videos, and I think it's
Appreciate
really good because you bring some actual value with some entertainment.
Well, yeah, it's like you want to be in, especially like the worst trainers are the best trainers, like the guys who like know all the science. Fat loss is a combination of lipolysis and fat oxidation, and and they start spitting all that dumb shit. But like, I mean, it's important to
It's important to know it, but it's more important to communicate what's needed to the dude that you're really talking to.
Yeah, like it doesn't mean anything to him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have to take. See, you're a trainer. You have to take that knowledge.
Yep.
And package it in a way that's appealing to the people. Otherwise, you can't help them.
Yeah.
Like if you're only talking the science talk, right? It's important to know it, right? But if that's all you talk about, then you only attract the science people, and those people aren't going to want your help. They're just going to want to nerd out with you about it, and that's cool. That's like, we can nerd out about it, but that's not going to help.
Yeah, is that really the business building aspect?
That's not going to build a business, because those people aren't going to buy your stuff, right? Because they think they know everything, and don't let the people who really need your help. Like, as trainers, we have an important, we're actually, we help people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
get it. Yeah.
Help people. Like, we were just doing the Instagram. We were just talking about social media. And what I didn't talk about was, like, on my Instagram, every third video, every third post is a transformation. Yeah. And those get the least, for whatever reason, those get the least amount of likes and stuff. But I still post them in, just because, in my mind, that's what I do. Yeah. That's what I do. Yeah. So if I post a picture of my abs or some shit,
it might get more likes.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think you posting the transformations gets you more customers.
I would imagine.
I could be totally wrong.
I would imagine. Yeah. I would imagine. I mean, there's no version of reality where more testimonials help.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Totally. Okay, good. Now, when it comes to dream come true experience for Brandon Carter, your empire, where you want to go, your building, what does that look like?
Man, there's a great book called the 48 Laws of Power, and like one of the laws to keep your intention concealed. So like I don't really go out of my way to tell people what I have planned. I can be vague. You
don't have to answer it. You can keep it. Do you know what I mean? You can keep those cards close to your chest. I've got nothing wrong with that.
Man.
Because a lot of people like talking a lot of shit, let's be honest, as well, and throwing it out there. And is that doing them harm? I think it could also be.
I think so, man. And it's just, it's I plan on going really, really hard, and just let's put it like this, set an example, one for a lot of times what I do, I come from a pretty harsh background. There's a lot of kids who are from where I'm from who don't have like any hope, right? I know they don't think their future is bright, and I'd like to set an example for them.
That's awesome.
That's like, hey, it can be done, you know?
Yeah.
Because I didn't have that.
That's awesome. Okay, I really like that.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to social media, building influence, building a business, I know there's going to be a lot of coaches and trainers tuning in with us right now. What's your one piece of advice you want them to actually take away? What do you actually want them to do from today to actually start building what they want?
Well, hopefully we're assuming that they're good, you know? Like,
That's okay.
we're
Great
assuming
point.
that
Let's
they're good,
do
you know?
make that assumption. To
Yeah.
assume is to make an ass of you and me, and let's not do that.
Yeah.
But let's say you're a good trainer, you can actually get results for your clients. Let's tick that box.
okay, so that's good.
Yep.
Now, there's another box we have to tick. We have to assume that they got it, man. Okay, so it is true,
Yeah.
man.
Okay.
We just did the
no one
thing.
talks about this.
We just did the not everybody ain't got it, man.
Yeah.
Everybody ain't got it. Not everybody's meant to be like a star.
Yeah.
Like it's just
You're the only person that's
they
ever
talk
said
about
that.
that shit. Yeah, I mean, everybody ain't got it. Everybody ain't got it, whether it's the personality or the image or the look, right? Like everybody ain't got it. I'm gonna be real with you, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Because there's still things you could do or ways to make. Like you don't have to take. There's no one route
Yeah.
to a goal,
Yeah.
right? Like, you know,
Do you have a lot of guys coming to that want to be you and walk your walk? Do you
Yeah.
know what I mean? And you're like,
I mean, some of the guys, like one of the guys, this one guy, man, I told him the other day, I was like, listen, man, like you're not in good enough shape.
yeah, yeah.
You're just not in good
I've
enough
said
shape.
that to
Like,
coaches before, yeah.
How can you? I feel like taking advice from you, fitness advice from you would be like taking success advice from a homeless person.
Yeah.
And not that
Yeah.
you don't understand fitness.
Yeah.
But there's a difference between reading some shit
Yeah.
and memorizing it and being able to apply it, whether to yourself or I don't know if he's a good trainer yet because he hasn't been training for long enough
Yeah.
to it's like, yo, there's nothing that proves to me that you can do it, right? And like, let's say I was a customer
Yes.
or potential customer, just because you start saying you know all this
Yeah.
shit, or even if you do know this shit, it's like, yo, show me the proof.
Yeah.
And if you don't have that, it's either got to be in the way you look,
Yep.
or in the transformations you get for other people. In real life, the transformations are more important,
Yep.
right? But we don't live in people don't make rational decisions. They're gonna look at you and judge.
I'll be perfectly honest. So when I started as a trainer, I was 18 and I was not in great shape.
Yeah.
I was super overweight as a kid, and that's what got me like into it sort of stuff. But I was not in great shape, and I remember starting at the gym, and I saw the really switched on trainers, like the trainers that had like doing university degrees, everything like that. And I saw two of them specifically have to leave and get a 9-to-5 job. And then I saw the other trainers that were like the bodybuilders, the physique models, and I saw them crushing it, wads of cash every single week. But they, do you know what I mean? They didn't know the science. They didn't know that other stuff. And that was where I was like, hang on, we got to put both of these worlds together.
Man, like we just got to be honest about that shit, man. Like it's you know, I have a marketing degree, right? So maybe I look at it from a different perspective,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, we got to be honest about this shit, man. Like that shit matters.
Yeah.
That shit matters from a marketing perspective.
Yeah.
Like that shit, and I mean, it matters a lot. You know how much when you go in a grocery store, how much the labels,
Yeah.
you know, and then
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
how much they put into
Yeah.
that. Even they have like scientists trying to see what
Yeah.
colors are going to work
Yeah.
the best. Thing. All that shit matters, man. And I guess it should matter what's inside the label, but that's not how we make decisions,
That's
you know,
something I
as
think.
humans.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's not how we make decisions as humans, man. We don't make rational
Judge a
decisions.
book by its cover.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. And if you're not, you ever notice that, man? The guys who with the most like degrees or the most accolades, they're usually not in the best shape.
No. There's
think
very
that-
few of them.
Do you think they're compensating for something,
Definitely could be.
or do you think that maybe it's easier to memorize some shit and take tests on it than it is to actually fucking do?
That's
the work?
why, like, I got to a point as well where I was training a lot of people that wanted to, say, prep for a show or a photo shoot, and I wasn't doing that. And I came to the point, I was like, actually, you know what? I don't think I'm doing a real honest job right now because I'm not going through what they're going through.
You gotta walk the walk.
Exactly.
I can read a book about swimming that don't make me Michael Phelps. You know what I'm saying? Like I can read all the books on swimming,
Yeah.
but like there's something about like
point.
experience and first you know, eyewitness testimonial, man,
Yeah.
is different. Like And there's stuff that I've been able to work for me and my clients that the fucking science says shouldn't work.
Yeah, totally.
That's true. Because sometimes it takes science some time to catch up.
Yeah.
Right.
Science doesn't mean it's absolute truth.
Well, that's just gonna. Man, how many studies came out to disprove something we thought was perfect 5 years from now? It's meditation was bro science when Buddha came up with it, right? Like we just got the science.
That shit was late.
Yeah, science was pretty late, man. And who knows what else they're late on? Seriously. Experience is the best teacher. I mean, I'm not saying don't study or don't, but I think a lot of guys are doing it because it's easier than actually training.
Yeah. Okay. I really like that. That's really good, dude. This has been really good. Now, just to give you some context as well, it's late in the afternoon right now. I know Brandon was just upstairs at an event, talking on stage. He's come down. I really appreciate you taking the time
No
out
problem,
right now.
man.
No, dude, I really do appreciate that. What's the one thing you want the viewer right now to walk away after spending this time with us right now? What do you want them to do? Get in better shape.
Yeah, I mean, getting better if that's what you need to do, right? Like it depends on if that's going to help you support your goal, you know. And if you're working in the fitness industry, it probably will. Yeah. Or make peace with that and like do something else, or find another way. It's really just about like if that's something you haven't taken seriously, then maybe you're not. Maybe you just like saying you want to do this, right?
Yeah.
And that's cool, but you got to come to terms with that. And like, if it's something you want to do, you got to figure out everything you need to do to accomplish that, and do those things.
Sorry, fuck it. I've got one more question.
Yeah, man.
When it comes to somebody that says not getting the results they want, they're simply just not getting the shape they want. Let's just use that for an example now, because I heard you say something before, and it was like they're just lazy. Now, I think there's some real truth behind that. Like, if you're really not getting what you want at the end of the day, why is that? Do you know what I mean? Is it people can throw self-limiting beliefs and all this other kind of stuff, but at the end of the day, where does the buck really fall? And what's your answer to that?
There can be a bunch of different reasons, right, for anything. As it pertains to fitness or anything, like, listen, you should be tracking your results.
Yeah.
So if it's fitness, you should have a training log. You should be tracking your diet every day, your macros. You should be, and if you're not doing that, there's your fucking problem, right?
Yeah.
You're tracking your macros, tracking your training, seeing if you're actually
making
progress, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I took it as far as I would track my sleep. I broke the video I posted the other day. I broke out a notebook from 10 years ago.
Oh wow!
Because I've been doing this for a long time.
Wow.
Tracking every exercise, and I looked in it and I was showing them, man. I tracked how much I rested in between each set.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? How much I slept and the reason that's so beneficial is because what you can do is every week or two, you can take inventory, or weigh yourself, take your measurements, maybe your body fat percentage, and see if you're making progress. And if you are not, then you can look back at the data and you don't have to guess why.
Yeah.
It's right there. Yeah. Oh yeah, I had some cooking.
Perfect example of this. I was just talking to Ben Bukowski last week, and
that's my man. Yeah.
When he was with, do you know Milos Sarcev?
I don't know him.
Okay. Anyway, so old school bodybuilder, very switched on dude, and he's got journals from all of it, and like his coaching clients and journals of himself, like bookshelves of the stuff. And he was like able to say, "Oh, pull that journal out to this page," and he would be able to pull preps of people out and all that kind of stuff, and it would be like to the T. They can replicate that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, so spot on.
I mean, that's great, because a lot of stuff is going to be, just individual variants, right? So everything that works for you may not work as well for me, right? But you can tell it is, okay, so this is not working. Let's switch some of the variables. Yeah. And then you can keep tinkering with it until you start making progress. And when you start making progress, you see why. And you have all the data right there, you know, like, you have all the data right there, and then you can do that with your business, And if you're broke watching this, how much money you spent last month? How much money you spent last month? Can you tell me? No. Of course not. That's why you broke. So maybe you should start tracking how much you spend, how much and then anytime you track something, it's like that alone will increase, will improve performance.
Yeah.
But it also will give you data to make better decisions going forward.
This has been awesome. Where's the viewer right now go to learn more about it?
I think you just search my name, bro. Like something will come up. You know, it's Brandon Carter. You'll find something interesting.
Something will come up.
Yeah, just search it. You'll find me. I'm not hard to find.
All right, beautiful. I'll put in the show notes below, or you can just use the Googles and find out Brandon Carter. Google and dude, thank you so much.
No problem, man.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you, bro.
This is where I want to make sure that you get the most out of being here, and I want to hear from you. So if you've enjoyed this episode, click like, and to make sure I can send you the new episodes each and every week, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Also, I really want to make sure that I'm giving you exactly what you need. So comment below. I want to know what you're going to take away from this episode. And the best conversations after every episode always happen in the Breaking Success Tribe. I'll pop a link below for you to join the free group so you get access to the guides, the live streams. I'm in there answering your questions personally each and every day. Plus you get all the episodes as well. So thank you so much for being here and joining us. I'm really looking forward to seeing you in the next episode.